Bonjour mes amis, hi guys. I briefly compared the Maurice Lacroix Aikon to the Tissot PRX when I reviewed the Tissot PRX here. But some viewers were asking me my opinion still in comments of other videos, so I wanted to do a specific one just comparing these two. Now maybe the smaller version of the Aikon would be the better one to compare to this, but I just have the original one, the 41 millimeters, or is this 42? It wears okay actually. The handling don't flare out too much. Here on the Tissot, one more link flares out, but actually it's a smaller watch, so it wears amazing. I can wear the Aikon no problem, the larger version. So now they make a smaller 38 or 39 millimeters. Well, look, the Aikon retails for 3 times more, and I think that I paid twice what I paid for the PRX. It's a heavier watch. It's a more involved watch with those claws, with more polishing. You have the polishing, the bevel going along the whole bracelet, like the Royal Oak. Of course, you have to compare this to the Royal Oak because it is the daddy of that style of integrated, type of cushion case integrated and link construction type of watches. Here, the Aikon, the bracelet is quite similar actually to the Royal Oak with the way the links are formed here. What is nice is that you don't have anything protruding when it's closed. You have some perlage inside the bracelet, and you have the display case back. Fairly similar here, but you have a much more simple and actually more satisfying, I find, bracelet here. Very lightweight, not as well polished on the inside, but doesn't bother me on the wrist. There's no polishing here on the side. The bevel is limited to the case. It doesn't keep going on the bracelet itself. You have a bit of polishing on the inside, but overall it's more brushed, so a bit more discreet. Same construction for the clasp, very discreet, nothing protrudes inside. Similar clasp, but no perlage work. And you have a view on the movement, which is a similar movement. It's the Powermatic 80. You can call it in-house, basically. It is part of the group. If you ask me, I prefer the Powermatic 80 than having the Celita. It's grossly the same movement, but if I have to choose, there's a bit more finish work on this one as well. It performs okay, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's fairly similar movement. I think I prefer the Powermatic 80, a bit more power reserve. Well, a lot more power reserve. Yes, it doesn't run as smoothly. This one is 4 Hz, this one is 3 Hz, but it doesn't bother me visually. Speaking of visuals, let's look at the dial. Here you have very similar to the Royal Oak, the Petit Tapisserie type of dial, while here you have little pyramids. Great loom on the Maurice Lacroix, loom on the Tissot, but not as strong. Framed date, slight differences here and there. Much more deluxe on the Maurice Lacroix. It is quite a stunning watch. The polishing on the hands and the indices. I think you get what you pay for. You pay more, but what's going to matter is the overall look and how it makes you feel. And I feel like at the end of the day, the Maurice Lacroix Aikon just tries too hard, and already after they were very early in this revival of this type of watch, of this style, that this came out 3 or 4 years ago, while this is really late in the game. But the look already, I think, has aged pretty quickly. It's a bit more forward-looking, a bit more futuristic. The claws are something that are part of the Maurice Lacroix DNA. They were there on the Calypso, a different type of watch. But it's a bit of a heavy look. It is eye-catching, but I feel I'm not sure you want to catch the eye so much when you have a watch that is obviously referencing an icon like the Royal Oak. While here with the Tissot, you have a product that's much more simple. And if it wasn't for the integration of the end link here, it wouldn't look all that much like the Royal Oak, really. If not for the dial of choice here. But overall, I feel it's a much more simple design. It makes me feel more in the spirit of the 70s than the Maurice Lacroix, which is very modernized, forward-looking, which is what they wanted to do. But the PRX, for the price point, I find it so satisfying. It's just a wonderful product. I think the designers gave it just enough, not too much. They didn't go overboard with anything. Everything really works. It's super light on the wrist, very silky, very comfortable. I think for what you pay, this is such a wonderful product. Beautiful case. I mean, absolutely wonderful case. You got a great dial, good choice of hands. They don't spend too much where there's no need to spend too much. It does the job. It has even the writing on the dial is really well chosen, and you get a good Swiss watch. You even have a signature on the crown here, and overall, I mean, for very similar products, I really feel more comfortable with the Tissot on the wrist. I prefer the look. I prefer the simplicity of it. I'm not yeah, the Maurice Lacroix, I feel it has aged pretty quickly, while the Tissot is something that's gonna look, I mean, it's gonna look great forever. It's never really gonna age, this look. I think they really render the spirit of the original of the 70s perfectly, and they really mastered this bracelet. It is absolutely gorgeous. The case is gorgeous, dial, everything. You get a decent movement. I think you understand where I'm going with this. I really prefer the Tissot. I think it is the watch to buy right now. I like the black dial, I like the blue dial. Both look great. Depends a bit on your wardrobe, what you tend to wear. I enjoy both watches, slightly different feel to them. The blue, by the way, is not as marked as the Maurice Lacroix. You see the AR coating there. The Maurice Lacroix is a bit of a lighter shade of blue, often looks gray, while the Tissot is a darker shade of blue, often looks black or dark gray. Just looking at them like this, not knowing the value, I think it is quite obvious that the Tissot looks better. Sometimes less is more, and yeah, those claws are a bit too aggressive to my taste. But let me know what you think in the comments. Have you picked up one of these? And look, the Aikon is a cool watch. It's been fun to own it, but right now the one that I would keep is the Tissot PRX. Just a wonderful, fun watch, and for the price, I think it is a guilt-free purchase for all the watch enthusiasts, and I think it's what matters. I think no matter what your budget is, I think nobody would regret getting the Tissot. I'm sure people who have very expensive watches do find this watch very attractive, while they might have had some reservations about the Aikon, and I would understand why. It all comes down to the look, and this is a winner. Bye bye, guys.